Mergers Monday. It's March 6, 2023. I'm Matthew Leffler, and today we're going to break down three of the biggest deals in supply chain, logistics, and transportation that you should be aware of. And the first deal comes to us from the fleet management world. Fleet management companies are the companies that help private fleets generally when it comes to leasing equipment, but everything from remarketing all the way to licensing, titling, and registration. Well, out of Chicago, we now have a combined entity of Wheels, Donlen, and LeasePlan. The three of these businesses together are over 1 million commercial assets under management. This is a massive organization which has ramifications across our supply chain. Having been a maintenance provider for all three of these FMCs, I can't say anything better than congratulations. Scale will help you achieve so many goals, and these three entities, Wheels, Donlen, and LeasePlan, are some of the best in the business. That's a pretty big deal. We also saw BP buy TravelCenters of America. That's pretty surprising, isn't it? In that deal, $1.3 billion, that's billion with a B, allows BP to take over the travel center business. Now, if you're in over-the-road trucking, you know a lot about travel centers. Why? Because you can't run a modern fleet without working with travel centers. Travel centers where you get your fuel, your diesel. It's where you park. It's where you shower, where you find food, and in some cases, where you find repair and maintenance. See, TravelCenters of America is one of the largest providers of maintenance in our business. They have shops all across the country. They have mobile mechanics. They have mechanics that come to you when you break down or come to your facility for a PM. And this is what the future of our supply chain looks like. Travel centers. The competitors in that space are absolutely fascinating. Love's privately held, Pilot Flying J owned by Berkshire Hathaway, and now TA owned by BP for $1.3 billion. That's the second deal that you should be aware of. The final deal that you really need to be thinking about was announced last week at the ATA, the American Trucking Association's Technology and Maintenance Council. This is where all the fleet maintenance people and safety people and technologists meet to talk about how you run a modern trucking company. Well, Cox Automotive has been a recent entrance into heavy duty. They bought Dickinson Fleet Services not too terribly long ago, but the big deal that was announced at TMC was FleetNet America. FleetNet America is a fascinating company. You should know a little bit more about them. Well, let's go ahead and talk about it. FleetNet didn't become a breakdown company overnight. No. They were actually a trucking company, Carolina Freight. In fact, the FleetNet folks were actually the breakdown department of Carolina Freight. What they would do is help drivers find providers when there was an unplanned maintenance event. Whether you lose a tire, you lose a mud flap, you need a PM done, FleetNet is the name that people go to because it was one of the best in the business. Well, what ends up happening for Carolina Freight is they say, well, can we commercialize this? Can we take this and make it into something that can be open to the public? Make it so that other people can use our network of 60,000 service providers? Well, they did, and that became FleetNet America. But FleetNet was owned by a business called ArcBest. ArcBest is a global logistics company. Maintenance isn't really their core competency. It's not really the business of them to broker maintenance transactions, even though ArcBest owns one of the largest LTL carriers, ABF, in the country. No. Cox Automotive came to a publicly traded multinational corporation and for $100 million in cash acquires FleetNet America, the best name in unplanned maintenance management. This deal will continue to fascinate many. Clients from mine all across the country are curious. What does this mean for maintenance? It means a lot. If you don't understand the deal, I urge you to read what you can online. It's very, very new. It just came out. But this deal is probably the most interesting out of all of them. Maintenance is very hard. Unplanned maintenance, even harder. Few do it better than FleetNet. And Cox Automotive saw the opportunity to carve out from a publicly traded multinational a division that will they'll allow them to compete in ways they have never been able to do. I'm excited. It's Mergers Monday, maybe. I look forward to hearing your comments. I'll put some articles in the comments as well so you can take a look, read about it, learn a little bit more about the deal. But as always, have a great day.